Let's get into it, baby. This is Travel Bang back again. Thanks for rocking with me. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Before we get into it, let's hit up the sponsor. It is, of course, AOnutrition.shop. Better known than Anabolic Outlaws, there to fulfill your nutritional and pro-hormone needs. It's strong. Check with your doctor. Got the code below for a price reduction. Check them out. Okay, so let's get into it. Usually I don't respond to trolls. I come from the school of thought, don't feed the trolls. Because a lot of trolls, if y'all don't know, are underage. Sometimes it's literally a 12-year-old, 12, 13-year-old kid in your comment box saying crazy, insulting things. And meanwhile, the person whose social media account it is, they see it and they think it's a grown adult making these rude, obnoxious comments. So we got to get that out of the way. Some of the trolls you can't take serious. They are underage juveniles, delinquents, okay? And then other trolls, I want to bring up this fact that are popping up on dating coaching sites, travel sites. You know, these dudes, look, we got to hit the reality here, okay? We're at a 30-year low. Okay, I don't know. This has been repeated over and over again. People are just not accepting it. Joe Rogan's talked about it. Everyone's talked about it. 30-year low. Okay, it's the highest level of celibacy seen in 30 years that men and women are not being erotically intimate with each other. Okay, most of the men, about half of the population, have already thrown in the towel. They don't even want to date. They don't want a long-term relationship. They don't even want a shebang bang on the weekend. Nothing. Zero. No Humpty Hump. They just gave it all up for video games, smoking bud, and I don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of men have just thrown it to the side. You know what I mean? They've joined these weird black pill movements where, you know what I mean, they blame everything on the modern day woman, and you hear all these crazy comments about, oh, if the women just haven't been run through so much, if they haven't been so promiscuous, they would make great housewives. If they would just get married when they're 20, all this crazy bibble babble, psycho bibble babble, okay? First of all, I want to say this, for all you trolls leaving weird comments saying I'm a cuck and this and that, you're an incel. It's proven. The majority of a lot of the trolls who are adult males are incels. Most of them are involuntary celibate. They don't have a dating life. They don't know what it is to have a long-term relationship. I will repeat, I am a veteran in this field. Okay, I haven't been married several times, but I've been married one good solid time, living under a roof for 4 consecutive years with a woman. And from there, I had 3 more female partners, didn't get married, wasn't stupid enough to do it again, living under a roof. Some of them were even single moms. You know what I'm saying? So being with different women, living together consecutive years, understanding the mechanics of a relationship. Most of the men who spout out these obnoxious, deranged comments, you're a cuck, you're this, you're that, you're this. Most of them, I want to point out, are incels. Okay? For the men that are watching this, getting angry, they're grumbling like, well, F you then. No, because there are men who are going through it. They're purposely staying to themselves, to work on themselves, to make themselves a better version of themselves. Props, hats off to you, salute. Okay, but then you got these other, you know, troll type of dudes. They're not doing anything. They're just grumbling, mumbling, wishing the world would come to an end and being depressed and angry. And they just live for, you know, popping Percocets and Xanaxes because they hate life. Okay, leaving rude comments. Never had a relationship ever. Okay, these guys, don't watch my channel. Go watch one of those black pill channels, so you can feel angry all together, all in unified collective gathering of angry celibate men. Okay, so what I was getting at last time was, I will explain it again. that if you live with a woman for a long amount of time, it is, if you want certainty to be with her, to stay with her, you must apply an ancient wisdom of you must love in such a way that the person that you love feels free. I repeat, you must love in such a way that the person that you love feels free. Okay? I never said to open the door and turn poly and say, oh, anybody can, you know what I mean, clap my woman's cheeks. Didn't say that. I just said my policy usually is don't ask, don't tell. If she has to do it, if it comes years later in the relationship and she has to do it, I would ask that I don't want to know about it. I'm not going to go through a woman's phone. I'm not going to play daddy in that essence to go through her personal business. I don't want to know about it. Don't make it obvious. Don't let it turn into a bizarre, down low in the closet love affair. Do what you got to do. Get it over with. Be a mature adult. Protect yourself. And let's keep this relationship moving. But at the same time, if I got to do what I got to do, I am not going to talk about it. I'm not going to let her find out about it. And I'm going to be adult about it as well. You know what I mean? That is the policy. I didn't say I just sit there a faithful soy boy simp, you know, and you say, oh, she can do whatever she wants. Yeah, I just want to be with her. I didn't say that. And gentlemen, going to the school of thought that I'm hearing a lot out in today's ecosystem in the manosphere, you know, not wanting a woman who has a high body count, you know, this, that, you know, all these thoughts out here. Hey, you know what? You can point the fingers all you want. You know what I'm saying? But this is the world we live in. This is secular Western society. Okay? For all you Gen Zers who wish we lived in some weird puritanical revision, reboot of the 1930s or 40s, the good old days. And by the way, your grandma probably wasn't faithful to your grandpa back then either. She just never let it get out that she was, you know, sucking off the milkman when he's coming by during 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and your grandpa didn't know because he was stuck at this job busting his butt trying to make $1. Do you understand? Human nature is human nature, okay? Human nature is human nature. I don't care what a woman's body count is. I just don't even care. I don't even ask, okay? But what I want to get into is the dynamics of if you are going to be a man that says, no, I want this woman to be this, and this, then you better be a high value man. Your sexual market value better be astronomical in regards to your peers, okay? Don't be coming out here asking a woman that she's supposed to be this, and this, and you broke living in your mom's basement. Don't be that guy. You're gonna look stupid. You're gonna look really stupid. You're gonna get put in your place, and then you're gonna feel emotionally molested, assaulted, offended, like your character's been assassinated. Don't be one of those guys. Gentlemen, the more you ask for, the more you have to bring to the table in regards to credentials. You know what I mean? The trifecta. Money, muscle, game. Money, muscle, game. You got to focus in on this trifecta. The more high value you are, the more you can ask of, you know, society, demand what kind of woman you prefer to have. But don't be a low budget basic dude, but yet you want a high value, pure, you know, good girl woman. And by the way, we're going to get into that in another video about the Madonna whore dichotomy. Okay, the Madonna whore dichotomy complex that a lot of men suffer for, and that has to do with the high body count phobia and all that. But we'll get into that in another video, gentlemen. I really, I would say, for the men out here that aren't getting it in, we already discussed my advice. If it's not popping in your city, your town, get online, make some communication with a woman somewhere else. And if you got to go to Colombia, if you got to go to Dominican Republic, if you got to go to, Thailand, you got to go wherever, Belgium, to meet up a chick and, do the Humpty Hump, then do it. Life is an adventure. It's a journey, not a destination. But just know there is a destination, and one day everything will come to a game over end. So get it in. Do what you got to do. And yeah, I get it. The internet has ruined things. It has collectively destroyed the ability to have real emotional intimacy, not just with women, we even forming friendships, bonds with other men, you know what I mean? In reference to running with a wolf pack, you know what I mean? And I definitely will get in other videos how you can solve that as well. But I just wanted to really hit on it. And remember, it's always the security versus freedom. And that's why I said in a relationship that you have to decide, what is it? How do you want to live? And what rules do you want to formulate that apply to how you want the relationship to roll? I know if I'm in a relationship and a woman's all up in mine, you know, reading my messages or, you know, checking my phone, this and that, I start feeling like a prisoner. And that's why I brought up the fact that, you know, you can say what you want to say about it, but I live by the don't ask, don't tell policy. It's an open door policy. If you got to do it, do it. Be adult about it, be discreet. But when it comes time to roll, you got to roll, baby. Let's roll out. Let's keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what I'm talking about. Gentlemen, thanks for tuning in once again. We'll hit you up with another video. If you do not agree, if you just feel up and down, look, I can't do that. I can't do that. That makes me feel like a disrespected cuck. I can't roll with that. I gotta have a woman who gives me her utmost oath of honor, integrity, you know, that she will never ever do that. And if she does that, she's a dirty little slut as whore. You know what I mean? If that's how you feel, say it. Leave it in the comments if you don't agree. I'm telling you, this is the world we live in. We have to live by another base of rules, another unorthodox belief systems, because we don't live in a constricted, conservative type of fashion world where there was more tradition, there was more of a sense of community, you know what I mean, years and years ago. And there was also negative things, you know, constriction on women's rights and freedoms. They couldn't get certain jobs, you know what I mean? Certain other walks of life of people couldn't get certain jobs or had restricted freedoms, you know what I'm saying? But this is the beautiful thing about the world we live in. You can live it the way you want to live it. Gentlemen, there are countries out there right now that will not let you live the way you feel fit, because through their doctrine, you know what I mean? Because they don't have a separation of religion and state. Through their doctrine in certain countries, they are all up in your business. And if you don't live a certain way that's not reflecting the mainstream society, you get ostracized. And even you might get thrown in jail. You know what I'm saying? I know I've seen a lot of crazy things when I was living overseas in different countries like Kuwait, just really strict type of countries that if you got caught drinking, that was against the law. You were thrown in jail and bad things were going to happen to you. If you were out there being a player, having all sorts of women coming in and out of your house and everybody's seeing it, and you're being all open about it, that you're even a man, being a promiscuous man or a woman, more so women, but even a man, I seen this dude, he got, something really bad happened to him. You know what I mean? So we live in a beautiful time. This is the golden era. Don't say, oh, back in the good old days, you know, back in the good old days, what? Back in the good old days when they didn't have penicillin and you died of unnecessary illnesses? You died unnecessarily over a stupid small illness? That was not the good old days. Back in the good old days when you died off of gonorrhea or chlamydia because they didn't have contraception back then, that's the good old days? No, this is the good old days. This is the golden era. For all you sniveling, crying, complaining, candy ASS types, for real, you just, you know what I mean? Just eat your cookies and drink your milk and go to sleep. I'm gonna be hanging here with the bros, drinking beer, chilling, chopping it up like the players do. Check me out next time. This has been another one. Asombroso.
Let's get it on. Bling bling, 헤이지突然呼び出し 우리決まった時間にこらえきれずにうついてくるらしい一人でいるとおかしくなるバディ